The end moment is approaching as soon as the entire globe will take the beast's mark and adore him. In the Bibles, the signs and warning about the mark of evil appeared so many times in Revelation 13. And today, we are on the move toward a world filled with people having marks. You know, and you can see that the world is going deeper and deeper to the book of Revelation. Notice the way the world is changing, the way immorality is praised and the way virtue is disapproved of. These are the things that the prophecy and Jesus predicted would happen and are already happening. The planet that we are living in has been entirely engulfed in darkness. Unlike in the past, evil has begun to take over the earth and make the world nearing the end of its cycle. We are all aware of this, but sadly, not many people appear to be unconcerned. Is that the mark of evil turning humans into an indifferent like this? Or is it actually a hidden part of the natural traits of humans? We may not have the answer for this question, but there is one thing we know for sure, that the beast we're discussing is the one that Satan will strengthen itself. The beast that will emerge from the depths of the ocean, where it is also presumed to be the origin of human ancestors from hundreds of millions of years ago. The beast is portrayed in Revelation 13 verse 1-2. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea. And I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads, with 10 crowns on its horns, and on each head a blasphemous name. The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet like those of a bear and a mouth like that of a lion. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. The Antichrist, the diametrically opposed and ultimate adversary of Christ, is this beast who will be the one to seize control of the planet. He will completely control over the global economy. He will be a dictator who is both admired and despised, both cherished and worshipped. The very might of hell will empower him and his dictatorship. He will have access to all of the world's energies and resources. The Antichrist would be the first guy on the planet to have such authority over the world. His power will eclipse that of all previous world emperors and tyrants. He will overshadow the power of many rulers in history like William the Conqueror, Napoleon Bonaparte, Alexander the Great, Alfred the Great, Genghis Khan, Augustus, etc. He will present a mark with the strength he offers, as well as the fake one. When it comes to the beast's mark, many people claim they will never accept it, or take it, or have it. However, people are not merely forced to receive marks, as they sometimes do grow the marks themselves without intention or recognition. People won't be able to buy or trade without the mark, according to Revelation 13 verse 17. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. If the beast discovers you, you will be barred from trading. People who do not have the mark of the beast will be forced to not be able to purchase anything. Consider a husband who is the breadwinner and his wife is the bread maker of the family. If both of them or even either of them are unable to buy or sell, they are unable to meet basic needs and feed their kids. They may be able to put up with it for a few days, but there will come a moment when they are no longer able to. They are hungry and thirsty, and under no circumstance should a father or mother stand by and let his family suffer from constant hunger. They will be likely to fall into the arms of Satan and devils to exchange for food or the trade for edible things for consumption. This is the trap set by the devil to make them take the evil marks and then become indisposed henchmen of Satan. However, as time passes by, wickedness will turn into a part of them and they no longer feel unwilling to commit sin. That will be the time when the mark totally penetrates inside them, making them forever far from God and His blessings. The biggest difference between God and devil is coercion. While God provides you with facts and the guidance to make an informed choice, Satan uses every means at his disposal to persuade you to pick his side. He employs trickery and persuasion, and the beast's mark is a pledge of worship. Lies and intimidation are two techniques the Antichrist or the beast will use. The first is lies. Telling lies is something that belongs to the instinct of the devil. They easily lie without thinking or repenting. Deception consists in their voice, their behavior, their contact. It invades their souls and fills in their minds. The issue is that some people will mistake the Antichrist as a savior. They'll see him as the answer to their problems. He will appear as a world leader who will deliver peace and unity, harmony and tranquility, and people will glorify him for those things. There are many cases of this happening already in the society. The world worships human, idolizes them, and worships them. Have you noticed how frenetic this generation adores celebrities? Have you ever seen how people hang posters of other people in their rooms and houses? Or people shout and cry and chant someone's name at concerts? That's what worship is. We live in a celebrity-obsessed culture, and this phenomenon is not exclusive to any other places on the planet. It's taking place in the church. The term celebrity pastor is becoming increasingly popular. How is it possible for a pastor to be a celebrity? All adoration should be directed to Jesus, all worship is due to the Lord, but we are seeing this culture of worshiping humans creeping into the church as well. The Antichrist will be worshipped when he appears. He'll be idolized. The entire world is already doing it. When you worship someone, you are entering the dark. Revelation 19 verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Both of them were thrown alive into a brimstone-filled lake of fire. Among all others, we all know that lying is the most common trait of false prophets. In the book of Revelation, the Antichrist would appear calmly at first, performing multiple miracles and convincing people to believe in him through his miraculous abilities. The world will admire him, and regard him as the answer to the world's problems, as the remedy to their disease, happiness for their misery. He will be God and Savior of the world. This is something can't be emphasized enough. He will be adored by the entire planet. His soul is already on the earth, according to the book of John. His soul, without any doubt, is molding men's hearts. His spirit, without any doubt, is grooming society to love him unconditionally when he comes. When the Antichrist appears, people believe it will be the end of the world. He will not be the literal creature that he has described in Revelation. He'll grow up to be a man. A man who will be adored and worshipped by the entire globe because they believe in him. Some people will simply take the mark. He will desire to be revered above all else because he will practically promote himself as God. He will take up residence in the God's temple and proclaim himself to be God. The second one, it is intimidation. Revelation 13 verses 16 to 18. That is, the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. An individual who refuses to take the mark will be compelled or deterred by, or as if, by threats surrounding society. There will be various adversities that will make their lives unpleasant and miserable if they refuse to take the mark. They may lose their homes, and their cars will become absolutely worthless because they will be unable to buy fuel. How will one not be pushed to accept the mark, if they were made wretchedly unhappy and uncomfortable? The Antichrist will be in such a high spot that he will have complete control over the world's economic activity. The beast's mark will be the sole accepted medium of financial transaction under his authority and direction, putting a huge amount of hardship on individuals. It will threaten, force and nudge folks towards the objective of the devil, attach people to the marks of them. Instead of letting people make an absolute freedom of their own choice, coercion will be used by the beasts. That is something you should be aware of when it comes to the devil. The devil is the master of forcing people to do things they don't want to do. If the devil has the power to make you do something, he will not let go of it. He will make the most use of it. God, on the other hand, enables people to make decisions and then deal with the results of their decisions. Even though individuals are knowing that taking the mark of the beast will result in eternal separation from God, they will nonetheless do it. Although the number 777 denotes perfection, John claims that the number 666 represents a man. The number 666, thus, stands for anti-God and Antichrist, as well as everything that opposes the one true God. If 777 is the number of holiness and absolute virtue, then 666 is the number of evil's magnitude and completion. As a result, John has no intention of naming anyone in particular. Instead of being a divine monarchy, the beast's dominion is a human, evil kingdom. Apart from God, humanity's nature is demonic. Death, misery, and devastation are all part of the beast's dominion, which promises life and prosperity but delivers destruction, pain and suffering, and deaths. One fact that you should remember is that the beast's coming is approaching faster than you can imagine. According to the Bible, the Antichrist spirit is already here on earth, preparing the world for his coming. 1 John 4 verse 3. And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God, and this is that spirit of Antichrist whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world.